today's video. Today is my birthday. I turned 29 today and I'm so excited that I get to upload a video to share the joy with you guys. Now, if you guys have been around for a while, you know that on my 26th birthday a few years ago, 3 years ago, for the first time I uploaded this video about 26 things you should know about me. And I think I did another version of it where I asked you guys to ask me questions and we did 28 things you should know about me. I've decided that this should be like an every year thing, hopefully. So today, on my 29th birthday, I'm going to be doing a 29 things you should know about me. And today's like fun facts are a mix of questions that you have asked me as well as a few random things that I've thrown in. So you know what? Let's not make this intro any longer. Let's just dive right into it. Okay, so first of all, I have to say that I filmed this makeup look with a subject that's very close to my heart. That will be up really soon. So if you like today's makeup look, stick around for a very chatty story time sort of a video that will be up on Self-Care Sunday soon. Apart from that, I think this is the first video that's going up where my hair is short. So this is my new look. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, please come and follow me on Instagram. It's sort of semi-blow dried right now. I don't want to expose my hair to like much heat, so I just did enough for it to look slightly put together, but I don't want to like style and groom my hair for a little bit just to make sure the damage is as much reduced as possible. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for today's video. I'm going to pull my phone up over here because I have a few of your questions on the phone. I'm going to open out the Instagram question thingy that I put out and I'm going to start answering. Okay, so the first question I have over here is, what is your weight and height? I get asked this pretty often actually. My height is 5'4", 5'4 and a half if we're being precise, and my weight is about 53-ish kgs. So I used to be like, I remember till 2015 I would be like 49-50, 49-50. Then I randomly gained like a bunch of weight, and the problem was that I gained it all within barely 4 months, and suddenly I was 59, and then I've sort of now learned to balance my weight to be around 52, 53. The next question I have is, what is one thing you would never do even if you were offered to or for all the money in the world? I don't think I would ever hurt someone deliberately. I don't care how much money you offer me, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically. I mean, as a human being, I feel like we should always try to give love and compassion and empathy. And I don't care how much money in the world you give me. I don't think I would ever deliberately, and I say deliberately because I think as human beings, we tend to hurt people every now and then unconsciously. But I would never deliberately in any way ever want to hurt anyone. Yeah, for all the money in the world, for sure. The next question that I have over here is actually really, really interesting. The question asks about the best learning of this lockdown. Today, as I film this video, it's like a day before my birthday. The day before my birthday is 15th of June. I've been in lockdown since March 12th. So I've been in lockdown for like 92 days now, 94 days now. The best learning of this entire self-isolation, lockdown, quarantine period for me has been to really re-evaluate my habits and my lifestyle. I'm sure so many other people will echo that thought. I also have made an effort that while I'm in self-isolation, I'm virtually trying to be there as much as possible for the people that I love. I think this is because A, we all crave human interaction, and secondly because while we might be doing okay, both like literally through resources or just even emotionally, I feel like there are so many people out there who this isolation is really taking a toll on, and I want to try and do my bit of outreach wherever possible, wherever I can. In fact, it was in this lockdown that we had done this really fun video about me calling up my followers for the first time ever. I was so nervous while filming that video because I was like, someone's gonna hang up on me and be like, boss, why are you calling me? But it was just my little way, I guess, of cheering people up. And yeah, I think that's been my biggest learning of lockdown. Be there for people, even if you can't be there physically, be there for them emotionally. Know that if you need, like, I feel like we get stuck in such a dichotomy between positive vibes only, but then hello, there are negative vibes out there, and you need to be there for the people to help uplift them to your higher level of vibration, as and when you can. So like, find the difference between staying positive but also spreading positivity has been like a huge learning. That got deep really fast. Sorry about that. This other question that I have over here is, how do you cope up between a huge age gap between your partner? So my husband, my partner and I, Gerard and I, are 11 years apart. To be honest, I've been getting called an old soul since I was like 5. My dad calls me mama. So like literally calls me mama, not just like in like one off. He calls me mama like 90% of the time. I get along really well with the older people. I also get along really well with younger people, but I feel like people who have a deeper sense of maturity or are able to really hold a conversation are my kind of people. I get really bored just doing like blah blah random shallow talk. I'm not interested in talking about other people at all, which I guess is also something that helps me filter people quite a bit. Yeah, basically. So it's not much to cope is what I'm trying to say. It just comes really organically, I guess. Okay, this next question is really interesting. What gives you motivation every day to make new content? Love you. I love you guys too. I love you guys so much. I think it's you that gives me the motivation. Every time I basically have like this folder of screenshots of messages or really nice comments that I've received over the years, and it just keeps filling up. I need to update that folder now that I'm thinking about it. But I feel like you give me the motivation. I feel like a sense of gratitude that I have towards my followers. It is the followers that has made me who I am today, where I am today, and I will never forget that. I have a lot of gratitude in my heart. And I guess that gives me motivation. It makes me want to do better. Also, sorry, this is a great time for me to talk about the giveaway that is in this video. Sorry, I should have mentioned this sooner. There is a giveaway in this video which is also linked to an Instagram post on my feed. Please make sure you take a look at that before I forget to mention. I will also be telling you guys what I'm giving away a little bit later, so stick around. This next question is a fun one. What is your favorite place to travel? I've been to 20 or a little over 20 countries in my life. Alhamdulillah, I've had the good fortune of being able to do that. A few with holidays with my parents and a lot more with traveling through work. I have a lot of travel vlogs on my channel. You guys should take a look at it when you can if you're missing the travel. I like for my travel videos to not just be like great to look at, but I also want to give you guys as much information as possible. So if you're ever looking to travel to like a Turkey or to Australia, I think that those are places that you will find a lot of information on my YouTube channel. My favorite place to travel, I have one, but then I have another really close second, so I feel like I should mention both. I love Los Angeles. I feel like I've been to Los Angeles 3 or 4 times now, and every time I go back to LA, that LA vibe is just something else. I love that South California vibe. I love that they have the beach, and then they also have the city, and then they also have like it's such a cool version. I'm not saying Mumbai is not cool, but it's like the western cool version of Mumbai. I feel like I get that vibe from LA, and that's what I really love about it. I also really like the people I've had the opportunity to meet and be friends with in LA. I had my accident last year in LA, but that's okay. I mean, I can't blame the city for that. But I just love LA. I love LA a lot. But the place that comes in really close second is Queensland. Gerry and I visited Queensland, Australia last year, and even though we've only been there like once, Cairns just has our heart. We were in Cairns and we were in Port Douglas, and we spent a week, like 6 days-ish in Queensland in general. I had my first skydiving experience, my bungee jumping experience, spending the night at the Great Barrier Reef. If you have not checked out my Queensland vlogs, please take a look at them, because like I relive those moments and I've watched those vlogs again during this lockdown period, because like I love these places. Who was the last person you had a conversation with on Instagram? The last person I had a conversation with on Instagram is actually my husband. Gerry and I love to share like cute memes, random memes, funny memes. So he's always at the top of my chat where we're sharing like complete nonsense with each other. So Gerry is the last person I spoke with on Instagram. Okay, this next question is a fun one. Has your school principal ever called up your parents for mischief? Now the question is a fun one. The answer is not a fun one. No. I had a very mischievous older brother growing up who got called, whose principal and teacher constantly called my parents. My mom used to be very frustrated because of that. So I think I was always trying my best to not be the naughty kid because my brother was already the naughty kid. So I was what my parents called the ideal child. Their words, not mine. But I was always like happy to be studious. I would come back home and do my homework on my own. Do you guys want me to do a story time video about my childhood? I could totally do that, and I could probably try and rope my mom into that as well. I feel like that might be fun. I was not like a class topper in school. I was in college, but not in school. But I did well. I did my studies on my own. Like, my teachers loved me. Yeah, sorry. No principal moments there. What is the craziest thing you want to do before turning 30? Also, happy birthday in advance. Lots of love. Thank you. Lots of love to you too. So I turn 30 next year, which is going to be a really big milestone. I hope I celebrate it a lot better than being in lockdown. But I think that I've already done what I wanted to do before turning 30. I thought I wanted to do at least bungee, if not skydiving. But I've actually done both. Yeah, oh my god, that's what I wanted to do before turning 30. And I also sometimes would say that I want to make sure I get my Alhamdulillah tattoo before turning 30, which also I have done. Okay, I feel really like Alhamdulillah, I feel really blessed that I've been able to do like the few things that are popping in my head. Like I knew I wanted to buy my house. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, okay, I've already done the stuff I wanted to do before turning 30. Thank you for making me realize that for your question, Sonali. Were you as confident about yourself as you are now? I have to be honest and say that as a child, I was a very confident child, but I wasn't a very confident teenager. Like, I was confident because I was used to going on stage and I was used to representing my school or college. But when it came to my personal life, I definitely faced a really low in quite a long part of my teenage. I've talked about it briefly on my channel. I used to have a crush on this boy in my teens, and I think he also did have a crush on me, sort of, but I was also told that I wasn't good looking enough for him, and that hit my self-esteem really hard. And even though I was still like, we would still meet and I was nice to him and I was nice to everyone, in my head that really took a toll on me. So I actually for a brief period after that also did not go on stage or did like refrain from doing anything public, which I realize now. At that time I didn't know why I didn't feel like it. But yeah, I've been confident and then I've also been really underconfident, and then today if I'm confident, it's because I realized both my strengths and weaknesses and I've worked hard to rebuild it, I guess. So yeah, I've been a mix of both for sure. But if you are someone who is dealing with underconfidence, I would urge you to think inward and wonder why. Did you lose your confidence, or were you just never confident and you want to build it? Because it would be a different process emotionally, so to say. I would love to do a video for you guys on how to build your confidence, or how to become a public speaker. I'm very happy to help. If at all you think I can be helpful in that, please let me know in the comment section. This next question is really interesting to me because I'm someone who loves to talk about like life and psychology and like people from a point of view of what's positive and good vibes. Is how many and how do you undo or delete people from life? Now actually I talked about friendships and relationships in quite a bit of a detailing in the video that is going up in the next Sunday episode, in the next self-care Sunday episode. But how is it that I delete people from my life? I don't look at it from the point of view of deleting them. I look at it more from the point of view of distancing them. You never need to delete anyone. You can't delete people also, because deleting would mean they don't exist there, and that's not true, because every person you meet that you might want to delete is obviously there in your head in that way, because there are certain memories. So like, we're not living in the times. Have you seen the movie The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? I mean, that doesn't exist. You can't literally delete someone. But I think that you distance yourself from certain people in different ways. How do you do it? I think it's a process. I think you have to emotionally be willing to put in that effort. And I'm happy to do this in a different video. This 29 random things about me is getting a little deep, I'm realizing as I'm filming this. One business advice that no one shared with you, but now you know. A boss girl advice. I don't think that I was ever like given advice on do this and do that. Because I was in college when I started blogging and everything just flowed from there. But if there was ever a piece of advice that I remember very clearly getting from my parents actually, was when they said that whether it's your team or it's your followers or it's your house help at home, or it's a client, it doesn't matter who the person is, treat everyone with respect. And because people are only going to be able to do their best when they're treated at their best. You know what I mean? Like, if I've been through like multiple internships, I've been through 14 internships through my first 3.5 years of college, and there were a couple of internships that were really great, which treated me really well even though I was an intern, and it helped me, my output be better. And then there were certain internships out there that treated me like dirt, and I work with those companies today, by the way, with them as clients, and they talk to me with utmost respect. But when I interned for them, they treated me like garbage. Like garbage. They genuinely treated me like garbage. And it also made me miserable, and I would come home crying on some days. So I feel like the advice that my parents gave me was so good, because they said, Baba, whoever you speak to, whether it's someone who's working with you, for you, you're working for, you just have a like personal rapport with them, just talk to everyone with respect. And that, I know it doesn't sound like business advice, but it is. It's life advice, it's business advice, it's everything advice. Talk to people with respect and you will see magic, because the nicer you are to people, people will be nice to you, you will stay positive, it will be better output for everyone involved. And I'm going to take that to my grave. Okay, the next question I have is, if not Gerry, what kind of person would you have fallen for and got married to? If there's anything that I've learned about myself in the last 10 years, it's that I have a type, and my type is slightly older and mature men. So I can't imagine marrying someone else, but hypothetically, if I had to imagine marrying someone else, I think I would have married someone who is at least as compassionate as Gerry. Gerry is really compassionate, very understanding, he's very mature, and an absolute feminist. So if not Gerry, I don't know who, but I would have had to find a doppelganger or something of Gerry. The best and the worst thing that happened to you in the last year. I think the best thing that happened to me last year was a whole bunch of like personal realizations. And I think the worst thing that happened to me last year was also those realizations, because some of those were really tough. I don't necessarily want to talk about them in detail or want to talk about them at all or want to talk about them in this video. But just personal like realizations are really important for everyone, and I feel like that was one of the best things that happened to me. Have you ever smoked? Also, why do people look down on women who smoke? Okay, so I can't answer why do people look down on women who smoke, because I don't think that that is a gender, I don't think that is a sex thing. I don't think that I look at I have a lot of female friends who smoke, as well as like guys in my life who smoke, and I don't think I look at them differently. I just look at them as smokers. I am not a smoker. Have I ever tried smoking? Yes, I have, for sure. I was curious like so many other people. The only difference is I just never took to it. I think I grew up actually trying to convince my father not to smoke. So psychologically, that even though I tried smoking, I didn't like the idea of it. So I knew I'm trying it to experience and then I'm done. You know what I mean? Psychologically, it's just in my head, it's just ingrained as a really bad thing, because grew up trying to talk my father out of it. So yeah, I don't look down upon people who smoke. Like, I don't think I'm superior to you because like I don't smoke and you do. But I do hope that people who smoke cigarettes, who smoke tobacco, understand that they're harming their bodies. You know, the nicotine, it's not good for you. So I don't look down upon you. It doesn't make you a bad person. But I just hope everyone just kind of looks after their health, I guess, in that small way. So I have these questions that I selected to answer from you guys. But I have a couple of really random things we're going to dive into now that I have a list of open out here in front of me. Keep in mind that these are like extremely random things, okay? So we're going to complete that list to 29. So number 16, I think we're at. You guys should know I'm almost completely paperless. Apart from like legal things and accounting things that are required by like accountants and the government and stuff like that, I'm like about 95% paperless. There are a few very rare days where I feel like scribbling something on paper, but you guys have seen me use my iPad and my Apple Pencil all the time. I use that to scribble on my iPad with, so that's something you should know about me. Okay, another really fun thing about my travel life, because I usually travel so much for work, is that I barely ever jet lag. I'm not sure how this works. Maybe it's the excitement, maybe it's the adrenaline. But like, I landed in LA, we drove to Santa Monica, and then we went segwaying and stuff, and there was no jet lag in me. Of course, you feel slightly groggy and tired if you're sleep deprived, but I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't jet lagged. Like, I didn't just fall asleep and crash and die. So that's a really cool thing about me that you should know. Another thing about me is that once you earn my trust, like genuinely earn my trust, like on a personal level or on a professional level, like if you work with me, for example, my team, off the bat, I will not just leave things to you and give you things to do on your own. I will sort of supervise and manage. And similarly, in my personal life, if I feel like I can really, like, you've earned my trust from a emotional point of view, I guess. Once you get into like my I can rely on you circle, that very small circle, I really rely on the people that I know I can rely on. Like, I'm very independent, but there are people in my life who I genuinely do rely on a lot, emotionally, work-wise, and it's my safe space, it's my safe circle. If you can relate, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a fun fact that my mother, my house help, and my husband, all three of them will really nod to. I'm a very, very, very organized person, but I'm also a pretty messy person. I don't understand, like I can go to my cupboard, which is a mess most of the times, in all honesty, but even in that mess, I've kept things a certain way. So like, I can close my eyes and I tell you this is in this drawer. So it's messy, it may not be folded correctly or whatever, but I know where it is. So I'm organized, but I'm messy, and I'm trying to change that about myself. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it exists. Which brings me to another revelation I should make about myself. Please, 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 please don't judge me, okay? But like, since I'm telling you guys things about me, I feel like I should tell you this. I'm gonna sound so spoiled when I say this, but it's a confession. I'm 29 years old and I had never made my own bed till this lockdown. Like, I've tried a few times and I'm just not very good at it. But in this lockdown, I've not mastered it, but I've managed it. This makes me sound like such a stupid, spoiled child. It's just that, yeah, I mean, I grew up, alhamdulillah, in a way where like my mom didn't really ask me to do that. Like, I had people in the house who would do that. This is not making me look or sound very nice, I know. But I was never asked to. Like, if I was asked to, I would. Like, I can cook. That's another thing you should know about me. Whatever number we're on, I'm a great cook. I actually did a cooking course right after school, where I learned like the basics of gourmet, and I also did cooking as one of the subjects in school in Good Housekeeping or something. And I've learned how to cook really great Indian food from my mom. So like, I've been cooking at home twice a day plus breakfast, so like 2-3 times a day. All through the lockdown, because my cook, I've given her a leave. But I'm a great cook because I was asked to learn how to cook by my mom, but I was never asked to learn how to make the bed. So I've never really made the bed till this lockdown. Another fun fact about me, I'm not a scroller. I know that most people are glued to their phones and love to scroll through Instagram and TikTok, but I'm not a scroller. When I wake up in the morning, I will not scroll on my phone. I try and avoid. I will pull myself out of bed and go into the bathroom to pee or shower or brush my teeth or whatever, and I will make it a point not to scroll for at least about half an hour or an hour after I've woken up. And then once I have like my day in order, if I'm having breakfast that morning, you guys know I'm on intermittent fasting like most days. So if I'm having breakfast on a particular morning, then while having breakfast I will do my scrolling if I want to, but I'm just not a scroller. I make it a point not to do excessive scrolling even through the day. Fun fact, a blogger who is not a scroller. But contrary to that, another fun fact actually you should know about me is that even though I'm not a scroller, I'm someone who needs like audio around all the time. This is gonna sound really weird, but like for example, if I'm doing my makeup, let's say I'm filming a makeup look for you guys and I'm not talking through that makeup look, it's just a video that I'm recording for like Instagram or whatever, I will almost always have a show playing in the background. So like for example, so I could be like doing my nighttime skincare routine, I could be in the shower sometimes, and I could be listening to a show. I just always have something playing in the background. So like today I'm obviously talking to the camera, so I don't have something playing in the background, but on most days I do. Yeah. Sometimes even when I'm going to like from like the suburb to like town, I'm going to driving and I'm driving by myself, I'll just leave Netflix on or Friends on and I'll listen to Friends while I'm driving. I'm coming across as really weird in this video, guys. Okay, so another fun fact about me, a few years ago, I was still in college at that time, for the first time in my life, you know those big Nutella jars, like not the small ones, not the middle, you know those big ones. I got it from Dubai, a friend of mine had got it for me. I think it's like the biggest one that they had, not the biggest one that they have, but it was a pretty big one. I finished a whole jar of Nutella by myself in one sitting. So like, I can do that. I can sit back and watch something and get so engrossed and imagining a Nutella jar over here right now, by the way. Okay, this next thing that I'm telling you about me is super random, and Gerry insists that I say this to you guys. Apparently when I'm really like concentrating and doing something, whether I'm writing, whether I'm typing something or editing a video, he says you should say this to you, or like I should inform this to you guys. He says you pull your tongue out when you're doing something, and I agree, because he has made me realize that on a few occasions when I'm like really like engrossed in reading something or editing something or watching something or cooking or whatever. Apparently my tongue pops out. Another thing that he insists I tell you guys is that and he was like, you should show this in your video, but I will not show this to you in my video because my mother will kill me, because she thinks I've gotten rid of it. I think I still have this one particular nightie which is pink in color, and it's a little, it's pretty. It's a little, it's pretty. It's pretty torn. It has like a few holes in it. I've had it since I was in the 5th standard. How old are you in the 5th standard? I was 10 years old when my mom got this nightie for me. It's completely unbranded or anything, so it's not even like it's precious from that point of view. I love it because it's just super comfortable and it feels like home. And it may have a few holes in it and it's a little tattered, but I will hold on to it for as long as I can. Gerry calls this my prehistoric nightie. But nightie and sleeping reminds me of another random fact you should know about me. You know how most people like, they either sleep like straight, like on their backs, or they sleep like into their pillows, leaning on their tummies, or they can sleep on either one side, like either left or right side. I can sleep any way. I can sleep absolutely any way, left side, right side. And when I was making note of this to share with you guys, Gerry goes, you should say you can also sleep anywhere. which is true. I can sleep anywhere. Like I can sleep sitting, I can sleep lying down. If I'm tired, like not to say that I'm a suttad, I'm not. Suttad is like someone who can keep sleeping. I'm not like someone who can just keep sleeping. In fact, I don't even love sleep. I feel like I only sleep because I have to. I would love to like use that time also to be productive if you leave it to me. But like if I'm tired and if I know I need sleep, I'll sleep anywhere. I'll sleep bethe bethe in a plane, I'll sleep in a car, I've slept bethe bethe in a boat. I'll sleep anywhere. Like I can sleep anywhere. I don't need a pillow and I don't need this, I don't need that. I'll make myself comfortable, I'll curl myself into a ball and I'll go to sleep anywhere. I am not, this is like confession time, what the hell? I am not a light traveler. I should just not say anything more. Just gonna stop. I'm not a light traveler. No details on this one. But what I will also confess along with that, because we're talking about travel again, is that I travel with food. This is why people love to travel with me. I never travel without like chakli and banana chips and cheese banana chips, and I'll travel with cheese spread, and I'll travel with Lay's and Nutella, as I always call it. I'll travel with cheeselings, and I'll travel with, I'll travel with theplas, I'll travel with anything and everything that I feel like eating. This also has something to do with Gerry and my love story, and when we started dating, story for another day, but like I always travel with food. I can't help it. When my family and I was about 11 years old, we did a Europe trip for a month and a half. My entire hand carry of 20 kgs was of like whatever, 15 kgs was food. From banana chips to chakli to bundi ka laddu, you know, the orange wala bundi ka laddu. I'm salivating. I basically traveled with a bunch of food. Yeah, that's me. I'll always travel with food, guys. Wow, those were a lot of confessions that I just made to you guys. You now know 29 new things about me, or have been reminded of things that you already knew about me. Happy birthday to me, but feeling kind of embarrassed right now. Am I feeling embarrassed? No, I'm not. Never mind. Also, one more thing you should know about me. Bonus! I don't get embarrassed easily. Easily, huh? Like the key word is easily. I do get embarrassed, just not easily. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for coming and celebrating my birthday with me by watching this video. Hit that bell button, turn your notifications on so you get those alerts whenever I upload new videos. Couple of vlogs coming soon, birthday vlog coming soon, birthday week vlog coming soon, Sunday self-care video coming soon. One more video with Gerry coming soon, things at the top of my mind. If you guys want to get alerts for all that, make sure you guys subscribe. And giveaway! I said I would tell you details about the giveaway. Okay, make sure you guys check the info box for the terms and conditions, but I'm giving away a whole bunch of makeup. The terms and conditions, dates and everything will be in the info box. Wow, I almost forgot about that. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.